Okay, so this video is going to look at Creative Commons licensing, which is a slightly more obscure law that occasionally comes up in at GCSE and A-level. And Creative Commons is a license which allows you to legally share media and software online using one of 4 types of license type. So quite often you might see it under the Creative Commons licensing are for open source software, for instance. So the 4 different license types are attribution, share alike, non-commercial, and no derivative works. So under attribution, we're allowed to share work. It can be copied or modified, but the original copyright holder also has to be credited within any work that has been changed. So they have to be acknowledged essentially for their contribution initially. Under the share alike Creative Commons, we can modify work, but it can only be distributed with the same license as the original. So, for instance, if it was a free to use piece of software, so it was freeware, and then you modified it and changed it in some way, it would then be redistributed, but it would also have to remain as freeware in that sense. Non-commercial. So you can't use any of the copyrighted work for profit. So quite a lot of software that we use in like schools, for instance, comes under non-commercial Creative Commons. So you're allowed to use it within like an education setting, but if you were to make any money from it, or you were to use it to make any money, that would be breaking the terms of the license agreement, and you would have to pay for the software. And then the final one, no derivative works. The work can be copied and distributed, but it can't be modified or built upon. So essentially, it's almost creating like a bit of a proprietary type software where you're allowed to use it, but you can't actually you can't change it in any way.